Wouldn't we all love to know what the secret to success is? We spend countless hours reading books and blogs about the keys to success and all the necessary levels we need to go through in order to get to the top. The truth is, there's no specific blueprint to achieving success. Succeeding as a startup takes dedication, time, commitment, and most of the time you will learn through experience. But even though there might not be a specific cheat code, there are some lessons and tips that are very vital when it comes to succeeding as a startup. In this video, we have compiled a few tips and lessons in no particular order that can be fruitful for your startup. The first tip we are going to look at is one of the most important tips of all. Create a product or service that has value. We often create a product or service because it is something we believe in. We believe in our ideas because they make sense to us, and we are often excited about the thought of having our own idea with hopes of one day turning it into a successful business. But there's an important question we often forget to ask ourselves. Is the product genuinely good enough and of enough value to actually bring in customers and generate profits? A business that has no value in the real world is a business that is destined to fail. If you're able to create a product or service so valuable that people can use it and refer their friends and family to your business, then you have achieved the most important goal towards building a successful business. This in itself already shows that people love your product and are making use of them. The product should be so good that with little to no marketing, it will be able to sell itself through the end user, since word of mouth is still the most effective way to market your business. So do make sure that your product is of genuine good standard and quality. The next tip we're going to look at is relevance. Your business should be relevant to your community. When we talk about community, we basically talk about your target market. Before any idea is implemented, it should have a target market, but most importantly, it should be relevant to that target market. If your product caters for a certain demographic or a certain location, make sure that it is a relevant need in that specific community. Your community may be your local environment, or it might be a specific market niche. Once you have established your community, make sure that you're able to provide a product that can bring you customers and has a high growth potential. Which brings us to the third tip on our list. Create a product with scalable potential. When starting a business, you need to make sure that your business can adapt to market demands over time. That's why it is important to go into business with long-term vision and strategy. It makes no sense at all to start a business according to the current landscape and expect it to stand the test of time. Scalability is described as a company's ability to grow without being affected by its structure or available resources when faced with increased production. As your company grows and production increases, you need to make sure that you're able to reduce production costs and increase profitability. So if you really want to succeed as a startup, make sure you're building a company with scalable potential. Moving on to our next tip, which is especially important when you're looking for investors for your business, make sure that your product is easy to explain and even easier to understand. Sometimes you happen to be so fascinated by your business idea because it makes a lot of sense to you, but yet the concept around your idea just doesn't seem to make sense to other people when you explain it. If you aren't able to explain your idea very well and people don't seem to understand it, then chances are that your idea really isn't that good and your business might not function in the real world. It is very important that you're able to explain your idea easily in a manner that makes people grasp it and understand it right off the bat. Make sure you're able to articulate it in one sentence. It is very important because investors only invest in businesses they fully understand and trust. This also shows them that you have confidence in your business. So make sure your product is easy to explain and simple enough to understand. Next on our list is a tip I'm sure you have heard many times over, and that's why it's very important. Put in the extra effort. This is truly a no-brainer. Entrepreneur culture has always stressed the importance of hard work. But how much work is hard work really? Or let's rather ask, how much work do you as a startup entrepreneur really have to put into your business in order to succeed? Well, the answer is as much as possible. If you're working on your startup full-time, it is paramount to dedicate at least 60% of your day on your business. On the other hand, if you're employed on a full-time basis while building your startup and you only get to work on your business when you're not clocked in, you're already at a disadvantage. So you have to at least dedicate 80% of the time you have outside of your work schedule to make sure that your business grows. We understand that startups take time to grow, and at the beginning stages, you might need to play it safe by having to depend on a constant income in order to survive and perhaps finance your needs, especially when you don't have a funding system in place. But eventually, you will need to put all your focus on your business as time goes. Startups are like newborn babies. They need constant attention, nurturing, and 100% focus in order to grow, especially at the beginning stages when roles and tasks in the company have to be shared amongst a small group of people. So always remember to put in the extra work. Next on our list is ambition. Be very ambitious. When you start a business, your main goal for the future of your company should always be to create a product or service that can be considered the best in that specific market. It doesn't really make sense to just want to be another product on the market. You want to be the best. You've heard the saying before, reach for the stars so if you fall, you land on the clouds. All you have to do is think big. But as you think and aim big, remember that your ambition should be rooted in facts. Set attainable goals because at the end of the day, you need to guarantee that you will be able to deliver. Moving on to our next tip, build the right team. Building the perfect team is one of the hardest yet most rewarding things in a business when done really well. Getting a team of creative individuals who are skilled in different aspects and are able to deliver is very important for the success of any business. Think of your business as a soccer team. Each team member holds a position and together your team makes up a complete system that is able to function with each player able to handle a specific role that is able to help the rest of the team win. And without one member, the formation of the squad is ruined. Organize a team that is built on strategy. Having the best team players will help your business have so much advantage over the competition, especially when everyone in the team is pulling their weight and playing their individual roles accordingly, while still assisting one another to make sure that the company achieves its goals. The team leader is normally the coach. That's why they have to run the show and work the hardest to make sure that all the team members are in tip-top shape. However, the rest of the team has to be just as effective and in the best form in order for the whole company to succeed. For the next tip on the list, we are going to keep it short and simple. Don't lose momentum. As soon as your business starts picking up, do not slow down. Keep the same energy always and stay hungry. Next up on our list, do not be scared of failure. You are going to fail as an entrepreneur. Instead of basking in it, accept it, embrace it, and keep it moving. Once you accept that failure is just a normal part of business, you will be less affected by it. It is also very important to take every failure as a lesson. Remember, business is a continuous learning experience. The market is never consistent, so don't expect it to be smooth sailing all the time. Change the mindset you have about failure and you'll see every experience as a win. The next tip we are going to check out has to do with your health. Never neglect your health. Starting a business can be very stressful and time-consuming. As we spend so much time making sure that we create a product and service that is out of the ordinary, we tend to forget that our human bodies also need attention, rest, and reset. Stress is the downside of overworking. It can take a toll on your health, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Treat your body well by eating right, exercising, and getting proper sleep, and you'll reward yourself with more energy, better focus, and a high level of discipline. Proper sufficient sleep gives you a sharp mind, which is key for critical thinking and making great business decisions. Working out is important because it teaches you resilience, discipline, and it keeps you looking good. Eating right provides your body with the energy it needs to keep you focused on your business. It is also a great way to build a reliable routine. Eating right keeps you mindful of what you consume. It gives you more control over your life, which you naturally begin to apply in your business as well. You tend to be more organized and manage your time and duties better. Great health is key to great business success. Once you start taking care of yourself, your business will start taking care of itself. Next on our list is skills. Invest in skills. Get yourself and your team to invest in as many skills as possible. This will help your startup as you won't have to outsource skills as much and you get to cut on costs. Also, it just gives your company so much competitive advantage. We have created a great in-depth video which will help us get more in detail on this topic. We will be dropping it soon, so go ahead and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We saved the best tip as our last tip because we believe that if ever there was such a thing as a secret formula or a cheat code to success, this would surely be the closest thing to it. Networking. Networking is one of the most vital things for startups. From networking with other startups, potential customers, and potential investors, getting out there and meeting new people to share ideas, knowledge, and contacts with is the ultimate key to startup success. As a startup, you need to use networking as a means to form valuable relationships with others in like or related fields that will help expand your business ability to find new customers to partner with and grow. Attend startup events and befriend people. Create connections on LinkedIn and learn from people in other fields as well. Make it a mission to at least dedicate one day a week to only doing something related to networking. Apart from that, you can create your own networking platforms as well by organizing events that bring businesses and investors together, or even setting up groups and organizations that share similar ideas or support a mutual cause. Setting up your own network is a key element to effective networking. For many startups that have succeeded in business, the causes have largely contributed to the strong networking channels that they have created over time. Put yourself out there and your opportunities will be limitless. So there you have it. Those are our major tips on how to succeed as a startup. These are all tips that have worked for many startups in the past and when done right and consistently will also work for your business. As we have mentioned before, business is about continuous learning. So take this information and dig deeper and see how you can use these tips to make the entrepreneurial journey fun and worthwhile. The entrepreneurial journey might be a lot of work, but it is also exciting and full of rewards. Keep your focus on building a wonderful company unlike any other and make the most of every moment. As for us, we'll always be here to keep you on your toes and in tip-top shape. All you have to do is subscribe if you haven't already, click the notification bell, and share with the rest of your network. Until next time, remember to keep adding value and moving mountains.